or I might trigger.
Trigger.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, Papi.
I might have triggered it too early.
Is it hot in here? Or is it just me?
It's just you.
Shoot. So,
You do have a jacket on.
Oh, that's true. Huh? You know what? I don't know why I put it on. Okay, so.
It always drives me crazy. Like people tell me, "Oh, sometimes it's hot in here." Like, dude, you're wearing a jacket. You know.
You know what? I got some good conversation starters.
You know, that's an art. It
And
really
so I actually used several of these in my class today, and so I got a good one for you. Some of these are random.
is. Yeah.
I bought this box. I was like, you know what? We talked about this before. Content,
Connections over
Connections.
content. Yeah.
sometimes connections, right? You got to go connections. So I bought this
You do?
box. It's got like a bunch of like conversation pieces. You see ads on social media.
Yeah. So what are some traditional ones we've seen in the classroom? Like the name thing, where everybody gets in a circle and you say your name, like Nick and crap. What goes with Nick?
Slick, big slick.
No, you have to say
Nick.
You have to say something
Tick.
something that starts with the letter N. Nick and. Why can't I think of anything that starts with the letter N?
Like that
Ni-
rhymes?
That something you like or a fruit that you like? Or
Oh, like a letter
Yeah.
association.
Yeah, so and you go around the room and you have to like memorize this team building. So I've seen that with a few things and it's a whole freaking thing.
So let me go with the first one, okay?
Okay.
And before I do, I feel like let me adjust something because
Yeah, I was very excited about your cards. You wanna?
yeah. So this let me see. I'm a slight adjustment here. I don't want to
How's
leave
that?
out.
Am I adjusting okay?
I don't want to leave Mr. Belushi out.
No, God, no.
So there he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't just die of a speedball and not be left out. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Bringing it back. First one, conversation starter.
Oh God, I'm so nervous.
What's your favorite weird smell?
Okay. Now, I'm already sniffing. There's a certain. All right.
It triggered you.
When I get sick, a certain kind of sickness, certain kind of infection, I think, and it's like the inside of my nostrils have a certain smell, and I only get it when I'm sick. So it was either between that and I can't describe it and pine tar. Pine tar for the baseball bat.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
what you
I could just walk by and people look at me
Okay.
like I'm sick in the head, which I kind of am. But how about you?
Yesterday when I got to school,
Oh yeah.
as I stepped out of my car, I smelt it, and I was like, "Ah, I love that smell." Manure.
What the?
No, but it's not just like manure. Like the smell of farm. You know what I'm saying? Like
What is
like-
your favorite weird smell?
I-
Manure.
Like not just manure. Like if you go to, and here's the reason why. I love the smell of of the farm of the el rancho.
Wait, it's where we grew up. All right.
So growing up, my grandpa he had cows and pigs, and that smell reminds me of us going to the and I liked it. I was like, I don't think it was gross or disgusting. So in the morning, sometimes, especially like during this time when there's there's a lot of agriculture around us.
Yeah.
That smell of like, oh, it smells like the farm. People are like, oh, it smells like crap. I'm like, it reminds me of San Luis. Growing up, like going to El Rancho, going for my grandpa
What
and my
the
cousins. So I'm like, I like that smell.
What the
Yeah.
All right, that's a good one. The nose thing, the weird smell. No,
But
that's a good one.
I associate it with like nostalgia. Like I don't know.
You know what gives me nostalgia is that the alcohol before you get a shot at the hospital or at the doctor. That gives me nostalgia because I was like the
What?
bubble
What do
boy
you mean?
growing up. So I was always sick. I was like back in the 80s, they
was
didn't
I.
have good medicine for asthma.
Yeah.
So I was like twice a year I was in the hospital. Dude, I was a bubble boy, like John Travolta. I don't know if you heard of that movie. Stupid movie. Or like the Seinfeld episode, The Bubble Boy. Like that, dude, that was me. I was always in this tent in the hospital. But anyway,
I haven't.
I was allergic to everything. But I remember always getting like epinephrine shots and stuff like that. But that smell is weird. It gives me
Not so
nostalgia.
fun fact, and I'm not proud of this.
Uh-oh.
But I haven't gone to the doctor in like over 10 years.
Now I'm gonna ask you the obvious question here.
So
Why don't you go to the doctor, Renee?
I don't want to know what's wrong with me.
Because then they're
And
gonna tell me
that's dumb.
I'm not gonna go to the doctor because then they're gonna tell me something's wrong with me.
Yeah,
Same reason why you don't go to the dentist, right?
because like I'm afraid that they're
Yeah.
I'm gonna basically know what's wrong with like
So if
I
you
know something's wrong with me, but I'm like I don't want to know.
So if you don't go to the doctor, then
It's like
you're never gonna get
ignorance
sick.
is bliss type, like what, if I don't know, then I won't
Yeah.
worry about it, because then I
Yeah.
won't think about it,
Yeah,
and then it'll just go away.
yeah.
Just like, and I'm bad at taking medicine. I'll have a headache, and if it's late at night, I'll just go to sleep. I'll sleep it off. But if it's really bad, then I'm like, okay, I'll take some Advil. I'll pop some Advil. But I'm bad at taking medicine. I don't like taking medicine
That's
at
that's
all.
what I get a kick out of the COVID restrictions
Yeah.
and like when they took away our COVID days, because they made you stay out. How many days? They made you stay out of work.
Like 5.
It was like 5 or something like that. But we only have so many sick days in a year.
Well,
So I
yeah.
remember thinking it would really suck. Like you get sick, you have the flu, you miss 1 or 2 days, whatever, right? But with COVID, it's mandatory that you stay 5 days out or something like that, right? So that's fine because they give us 5 extra COVID days. But at a certain point,
They don't take it out of your sick day.
that's
bank.
right, separate
That's
banks. So
what-
we used to have 10 days, and now we have 15. If you get COVID, you have the other 5.
Remember, we talked about
But then, so here's the trick, and this was a joke in the staff. A common joke is, well, you can't get COVID if you don't test.
I mean,
So
it makes
you
sense,
don't- you
right?
don't
Like,
burn your days,
if I
yeah.
don't know what I have it, do I really have it?
So
Does a tree make a sound when it falls? in the forest?
this will go
one's
into
around.
another episode which we've been talking about, about triggering nudging human behavior like that. We'll get into that a little later.
Behavioral economics, can't wait.
Uh-huh.
But
I forgot what the doc called it, but we'll get into that later. Anyway,
so this box here, it's called the Delve deck.
I'm gonna buy it.
Dude, it's cool
bet-
because
I bet you there's an
because
app
you know
too.
how we're like, especially at the beginning of the year, we're like, let's do some icebreakers, get to know each other, blah
It's
blah blah.
always the thing. Like we talked
and,
about the
and
stupid
eventually,
name thing.
sometimes
Uh-huh.
like, you know what, something different. Like,
Yeah.
I want to use the same ones all the time. And
Yeah.
dude, this thing has a ton of cards.
and it's actually
that you
great.
pull.
It'll be actually great for it'll trigger carilla, right?
Oh yeah.
Say forever. If you're in a close group of friends,
So
yeah,
exactly.
you have to be
my
careful
point
with
exactly.
expressing yourself in class
So
to certain people. that are running
here's
you,
another
but-
one, and I asked this one today. Because
Okay.
you're talking about like it'll trigger la carrilla, no, like
Yeah.
make fun of each other in a fun way.
Uh-huh.
Because when I told my class mine, they were like, "That's not gross." I'm like, "It's gross to me."
What, the manure?
Well, that too, but
Oh, this next question.
this next one, what is gross to you that doesn't bother or doesn't seem to bother most people? So what's gross to you that to others it's not?
2 come to mind right away. One was the lemon meringue pie, which we've discussed before. It's actually the only thing in the world that I could think of that I won't eat. I won't throw up or anything. I'm just not going to eat it. The second one is, have you ever been next to somebody and they're wearing sandals and they take off the sandal because you have a
bottle
beer.
opener?
You have a beer. They take off the sandal and hand you the sandal to open your bottle with it.
Yeah.
And they look at you, and I look at them like, no, here's the table right here. Pah! And I'll find something. And they look at me all confused, like insulted that I won't use
In
their
college,
shoe.
that was the greatest invention ever. It's like, oh, whatever. But now I can see like that's kind of gross.
disgusting.
Somebody's wearing it and you're putting your hands on their feet.
Yeah,
Anyways, but
yeah,
yeah, that's
even
crazy.
even like shaking hands. So there was a kid that wanted to test my handshake. It's like, I don't want to shake your hand. Why not? And I told him, instead of making it insulting to them, like, I don't know where your hand has been. I find it's better to make the other way around. You don't know where my hands have been.
Yeah.
And then they give up easier and that kind of thing. Just there's certain things there's certain people in the world that think it's such a big respect thing. And that's what I really actually loved about COVID is it triggered this, oh yeah, nobody's going to shake hands, fist bump, like that. And God, I love that. It's like now I don't have shaking anybody's hand, but now that COVID is gone, some people want to insist on shaking my hand. And I don't. And why? Because you don't know where my hands have been. Just remember that. Just remember that.
Wow. Asian cultures, they I don't know, what is it? I can't think of which specific one.
They eat bats.
Some do, but that's many cultures. But they don't shake hands. There's like a bow or whatever. And I was like, they're onto something,
Like
you know.
Japan?
But it's more sanitary.
My wife comes home from the hospital. She tells me all the time the human body is gross.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
But it's also beautiful.
Yeah.
You know.
Touche.
So well, they're like. So I asked that question, and some are like, "What's gross to you?" Oh, but it's gross to you. But others are like, "Oh, the smell of nail polish, like it's gross." And they're like, "Oh, I love that smell."
Yeah, I like that smell.
But to me, what's gross, and a lot of people like it. I know a lot of people don't like it. I've tried. I want to like it, but I can't. I absolutely cannot.
Force yourself to like something.
I've tried to because
It has
I'm
to be
like
a significant life event that'll change the way you look at it. Go ahead.
oysters. Just put chile limon inside. I'm like, you can dress it up all you want. If you try to hide it within a sandwich, and once I bite, I'll just like, it's freaking gross. To me, it's like you're swallowing a large
Booger.
loogie,
Yeah, it's a big
phlegm,
booger,
and it's disgusting. It's the texture, whatever you want to call it. But
I love it. I understand why people refuse, but I love it.
yeah,
I love it.
Let me draw another card.
Sharing my milk. When I first got married, you think you could share everything with your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one time can I try your cereal? And I looked at her like she was crazy, and I was like, here you go. Keep it.
My friend Richard.
I can't share milk. It's weird. Only with my dog and my daughter. Can't with my son. Can't with my
when
wife.
we're in high school and college, especially, like if he was drinking something and you drank out of it, he would refuse. Like, oh, I'm not drinking anymore. It's like, what? It's like, no, your germs are all over it. He refused to drink after somebody else, or if he refused. And we played this joke on him one time.
Yeah.
Like he left his cup. He went to the restroom. This is when we were in college and we were playing like King's Cup or something.
Yeah.
And once he walked in, I was like, "Hey, take a drink out of this." And somebody took a drink and then put it down.
Yeah.
And everybody just sat
And
there.
he didn't know.
He didn't know, and we're just sitting there watching. And then he comes back and we're let's play. And then he grabs it, and as soon as he picked up his cup, everybody's like, just sat there and watched.
And he knew right away.
And then he took his drink and he's like, "Ah, what's wrong? What's everybody looking at?" And then they were like, "Oh yeah," and he got all pissed off as soon as he realized right away. He's like, "Who would drink out of my cup?" This and that.
Something happened like that this past weekend. We were at Buffalo Wild Wings, San Diego, Mission Valley. And dude, it was crazy busy because of the NFL playoffs, right? Crazy. So I'm with my son, my son's girlfriend, my daughter, and everything's going good. The food's good. I'm sitting there, we're really enjoying things. And then I'm like, you know what? Because my son ordered a bunch of wings. And I'm like, yeah, I want some wings. So I ordered like 6 wings, right? And I'm kind of waiting. The waitress came and told me how busy it was. I really don't care. It'll come. Don't worry about it. I know it's busy. And I see some kid come out of the kitchen with my order, go to the next table, drop off their order, and then hand them my wings. But not only that, was the guys on the table next to me, they said, yeah, leave it here. Now, before this, the busboy or the waiter, whatever, came by with 2 items, 2 different times, of things that were not mine. They asked me, is this order of whatever yours? This order of fries yours? I'm like, no, that's not mine. Is this yours? It's yours. And my son, my son's girlfriend. Oh no, that's not ours, dude. So then they take it somewhere else, right? Now, but these fools next to me, they took it. And so I finally called the waitress. Hey, man, I ordered chicken wings. I think they put it over there. Oh, I'm sorry. And she got it off the table, and she went to give it to me. I was like, I'm not gonna eat this fool. Was breathing on it. This fool's been breathing on it for like 10 minutes.
I don't want to breathe on it. I don't want other people breathe on my stuff.
Man, now I was very loud. I was so, because every time something happens and I'm disturbed by something, I try to turn the scenario on. All right.
Did that affect their tip?
No, it wasn't her fault.
Okay.
She actually defended herself right off the bat. I didn't put it. No. I'm not saying you put it on the other table. This is not your fault. You know whose fault it is, and there I was pointed, like that. So I wanted the guys to see. I was very loud. It's their fault. They didn't have to take the meal, and I wouldn't be so vocal if 2 times before this they said, "Hey, is this yours?" I'm like, "Is this yours? Is this yours?" No, that's not ours. That's another table. Okay. But these fools took the damn meal, and then just on the same note. This has happened more and more as I get older. If I was 20, I would have still ate it. But now that I'm older.
We got standards now.
When I was old and when I was poor. When I was young and when I was poor.
Let's pull another card.
When I was young, when I was poor.
All right, so here we go. 1, 2. What is something you're still angry about? Ooh, that's deep. Woosah. I try not to be angry no more. Like, there was a period in my life.
Tell me my triggers. You're better at this than I am. Go ahead.
Oh, where do I start? Let's keep it. I mean,
I don't look at it. So we'll start like this before you go.
Okay.
Okay. I, in my mind, am not angry about things. But my wife and my son know they could say stuff like they could say stuff that triggers me. For example,
that's a good one.
My son will tell me, Emmitt Smith is the greatest running back of all time. Now, he doesn't believe it, but he says it.
Because he knows.
And I lose my thing. No, you ever heard of Nate Newton and Leon Lett? I'll stand up.
Who?
And that's the greatest offensive lineman. See, you just did it again. You triggered me just
no,
but that, right? But yeah. No, but so what are some other things? So everybody around me knows what I'm still angry about, but for some reason I'm delusional. No, I'm not angry about stuff. You talk about like the last principle, I'll lose it. You know.
But the fact that the Dodgers own the Padres year in, year out,
it's like
and
stuff
that
like
they
this.
tried to spend money on talent and it didn't pan out.
This is not.
Is that what you're angry about? I mean, like being a Padres fan. I'd be angry.
Right now, you said it just before the show started. Oh, Josh Hader signs with the Astros, and pooh, I felt myself tense up.
5 years,
ooh,
$95 million, closer.
Yeah.
He just couldn't cut it in San Diego.
I just want the Padres to sell the farm, keep Ruben Niebla, and because let's stay objective. He got results, right? He created a Cy Young award winner. Because Blake Snell, that's his first Cy Young.
Second.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
But look at the pitching staff, and man, they had.
But everybody's numbers. Did they have the best numbers in the majors?
It was up at the top, but
So my point is, keep moving.
Overall, yeah.
Just dump the farm. I don't want to have hope.
So you're still angry about that, huh?
Apparently.
You gotta let it go.
Apparently.
But you know what? I'm still angry. You know what I'm angry about?
That you keep on losing to nobodies in the first round 2 years in a row.
No, you know what? Fun fact. Up until 2022, San Diego was the first team to beat LA in the playoffs and not make it to the World Series. Every season before that, aside from the ones that the Dodgers made the World Series, 2017, 18,
so now we're starting a new trend.
Like the Dodgers would lose to the eventual National League champions.
And now the Dodgers lose
or World Series champions.
And now the Dodgers.
But you know what angers me? Is the fact that the Astros have been caught like red-handed after the fact cheating, and they haven't stripped that title from, not give it to the Dodgers, but vacate it. There's a documentary, PBS Frontline.
I really want. All right, hold on. I really want to pick on you about this.
This documentary, dude, is legit. If you watch it, you'd be like, "Oh, what the hell?" As a baseball fan, more people should be upset. But that's I'm like, why aren't people more upset? Because, like, Pete Rose, Shoeless Joe Jackson, like all these guys that are like some of the most talented players in the sport of baseball have been blacklisted and kept from the Hall of Fame.
Barry Bonds,
right?
Mark McGwire.
These guys cheated and they were not punished. Management was punished. Coaches were punished, but not the players that were.
So as a player sitting in the dugout, because
none of them got punished.
You have sat in the dugout before. I've sat in the dugout before. Now, if everybody in the majors is taking roids, guess what? We had that era. It's called the steroid era. Everybody was jumping on the wagon. The Black Sox scandal. All right, dude, we can't do that. But I understand. Even then, I understand why they did it, because that owner was so freaking cheap, so freaking cheap. Pete Rose.
You know what?
I'm just biased towards him, and it's inexcusable. But I still want him in the Hall of Fame. Maybe wait till he dies or something like that. But sitting there as a player, knowing that I could get a sign over here and then steal and then know the exact pitch that's coming.
But as a baseball fan,
I'm not okay with it. Like sitting in the dugout, I would never. I would stop it in the dugout where it stands, and they did not do it. This was an entire thing inside the dugout.
I don't want to talk about it more.
You're triggered?
I don't want to talk about it more. Let's go one more. Let's do one more.
Oh God.
Oh, we're getting deep. This is a good one to end on.
Pitch it.
What is something that always makes you cry?
Okay. you know, like love stories and emotional movies and whatever, right? You would think that it's that no, it's just something weird. Like guys don't cry,
Cholos don't
right?
cry, eh?
Yeah, and like our boy Los Hombres No Lloran. No, that's a real thing. Like guys don't really cry. You know what I cry about? Like, like sports movies. Certain scenes in Rocky, certain scenes in baseball movies like The Natural, or Field of Dreams.
You just made me think of a scene.
Rudy, when he gets accepted to Notre Dame. Yeah, I lose a little bit, and my wife and my son always pick on me about it. I kind of have to leave the room. He's leaving the room because he didn't cry. They already know me. And so, what's yours?
You just, I couldn't think of something right now. You said a movie and scenes and stuff like that. And this scene, like if you've ever seen the movie Blood In, Blood Out, Down by.
I'm sorry. Perdóname.
My honor. This scene, man, every time I'm just like, "Ugh, I'm not crying. You're crying. But when Crucito is at his little brother's gravesite, you know what I'm talking about. And he's there, and he's got his boxing gloves. He's got a little bottle of tequila, like talking to his little brother's grave because he OD'd because of it. It was his fault, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not funny, but like the fact that his mom and dad, who like basically disowned him for years.
Yeah.
After that happened, his little brother OD'd on a needle he left over. He was, a heroin addict.
That's a great era of like Sholo movies, man.
But that movie, that scene,
was.
like just looking at him and just looking at him in like in a very vulnerable state, looking up at his mom, and his mom finally like embraces him and says, like to come to him, and he just breaks down sobbing and crying, and then his stepdad, or not his stepdad, his dad's there too, and he just embraces him and brings him. They come together. That scene.
I have a funny Cholo culture thought. Are you ready for it?
Always.
How did you ask girls like elementary, junior high, early high school, whatever? How did you ask them out to be your girlfriend? Do you remember?
How?
Yeah.
Like, what did I say?
Like, do you want to be my girlfriend? What?
Like, hey, do you want to go out or what?
Okay. Okay, you ready?
Hey, you want to be my girl?
It actually came out in the movie Mi Vida Loca.
Like, do you want to be my girl?
So here you go. This is what I'm talking about. Because we used to, I remember clearly at Wilson Junior High, and this is in the early 90s, right? Hey, you want to go around?
What? I've never heard that one. You want to go around?
Oh, really? It even came out in like Mi Vida Loca. I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. So to me, that's the only way to ask a girl out. And I don't know where it came from culturally. Yeah. But I thought it was
I don't
funny.
know. I didn't have any game.
I didn't have any game either.
I didn't have any game.
No.
But like if the few girlfriends I had in high school,
I couldn't talk to girls.
Like, they knew I liked them, but like, hey, do you want to be my girlfriend?
Yeah,
go out?
We talked about like I couldn't talk to girls until I got married. And why is that? Because now I'm not trying to pick up. So I could talk to people freely. So I make it clear they're all married and they know I'm not trying to hit on them, and I know I'm like that. And so that, yes. But then before that, I never had game. Stupid.
I don't know.
All right, what you got?
So what I'm thinking is, hey, what if we start asking people some of these questions and see where it takes us?
I love this idea. I love these cards.
We have an in-service.
I can smell the weird smell already. Okay.
Let's ask some people and see what they say.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
All right, let's find out.
All right.
Okay, well, I'll be over in a minute.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. All right, Blake. Got 2 questions for you.
Okay.
That's for you.
Oh.
All right, first question.
Great.
What's your favorite weird smell?
Okay, so I have 2 favorite weird smells, but they're similar.
Okay.
I love the smell of Play-Doh. Have you ever smelled Play-Doh?
Gumby.
Like opening
Gumby
a
Play-Doh.
brand new, fresh container of Play-Doh.
Okay.
Like so much so that I tasted it as a kid because I was like, I love this so much. Don't eat it. It's really salty. But the smell
I don't believe you.
I swear, the
try
smell of fresh Play-Doh. And so in the same family, crayons.
Oh, I like that
So
too.
have you ever?
What color?
No
The-
specific color, but you
Okay.
know what smells like crayons?
What's that?
The inside of a Volkswagen car. Like, have you ever been in like a, I don't know.
Like
My
a new one?
mom, yeah, like well, when I was in junior high, my mom had this bright green bug, the new Beetle. It was like really popular. And it smelled like a fresh box of crayons.
Interesting.
Any Volkswagen I've been in smells like crayons.
Yeah, I thought
So
about
I
that.
don't know what it is about VWs, but they smell like crayons.
I like new car smells, but
But it doesn't smell like a new
like-
car. It smells like
crayons is a game changer.
it smells like kindergarten, like
Ooh.
Play-Doh and crayons. I don't know. It just brings me back to like, I guess when I didn't have to worry about things, I just got to like play with Play-Doh and smell fresh crayons. So
Oh.
those are my favorite smells.
Interesting. All right, one more
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
Next one. What is gross to you that doesn't seem to bother people? So something you find gross, but others don't mind.
I don't know if others mind it. The thing that grosses me out the most in life is cold sink water. Like, okay. It sounds weird, but like, okay, have you ever had like roommates, or maybe this is you, I don't know, who after you eat and after you cook, you like fill a pan with water and you're like, oh, I'm going to clean this later, but I'm going to let it sit with like hot, soapy water.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't go back to it
Yeah, you let
until
it
later
rinse.
and it's like ice cold. I cannot put my hands in that cold
Interesting.
water. Like, I don't want it to touch me. I don't know. There's something about that cold, like sink water.
That
I
just
don't
sits
know,
there.
but not like fresh water out of the spout. Like I could deal with that.
But if it sits there for a while.
Yes, like still cold sink water, like cleaning a bathroom sink, like
That's
cold.
Not,
No,
that's not weird at all.
it's not weird. It's not weird. It's like normal that I'm grossed out by that.
I was trying to be nice, but
It is weird. Yeah, that really grosses me out. Yeah.
All right.
Mr. Velasquez.
Yo, what's up?
All right. Got a couple questions for you.
All right,
Are you ready, sir?
ready.
First one is, what is your favorite weird smell?
Favorite weird smell. You know that smell that dogs get? Some people call it like corn chip smell.
One of their feet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
it's
actually a thing.
it's a thing. Yeah, and it's like a corn chip smelling thing, and I it's my favorite weird smell because I used to
Do
hate
you
it.
smell that in your dog? I smell it on my dog.
I think they smell like Doritos.
Yeah,
Okay, Dorito. Yeah, that flavor.
Yeah.
That flavor, right?
Yeah, look,
So
you smell it on the paws.
yeah, it's either on their paw. Some of them get it on their skin, but it as long as it's not super reeking. And the reason why is because my dog used to smell like that, and he passed away. But
Yeah,
it
obviously
used
you're
to
super
be-
fond of your dog. Yeah.
yeah, so that why I'm like, I smell it, and I'm like, stinker, like that's my dog right there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Question number 2.
Uh-huh.
What is gross to you that doesn't seem to bother other people?
This one has been like a kink, like since I was a kid. Human hair, a woman's human hair, like when it's off and it just fell and I see it on the ground in a ball or whatever, that shit's disgusting to me.
Really?
Or if it's on the wall, like my wife does it a lot, like in the shower, they're like, oh, it's all over. And apparently a lot of girls do it, where they're brushing their hair in the shower or
Yes,
whatever, and they
yes.
put it up against the
Yeah. It's on the drain. Yeah.
like nah, man. It's and my wife knows. She's like, oh, I'm gonna clean the restroom before you go in because
Uh-huh.
it's just like I just can't. It's just disgusting, dude.
Wow.
That's the
okay.
weird thing. And people are like, it's just hair.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's nasty ass hair that's been there God knows how
I,
long.
I have my own like pet peeves, and some people are like, really, like that?
Yeah.
Like, dude. So no matter what people say they're disgusted by or whatever, I'll go with it, man, because I got my own problems. You know what I mean? Totally understand.
Yeah.
All right,
so
Mr.
that was it.
Velasquez. Excellent, man. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
All happy.
Okay. Mr. Caro, got some questions for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is your favorite weird smell?
I did discuss that earlier, but there's a weird smell that I always kind of remember when I started college, and that is uh, burning bricks.
Burning bricks.
Yeah, it's got a sweet smell. Ladrillos, una alfarería, where they make pottery and bricks. So where I used to park
like a kiln,
when I went
okay.
to school, I would park and read by myself, and there was this really weird smell, and I liked it. It's pretty good, and I always remember. I sometimes I go by places, boom, there's that smell. It just brings memories. Yeah,
Favorite weird smell.
yeah, it's a weird smell.
Jeez.
It's sweet.
Okay, so all right, I got another question for you. What is gross to you that doesn't seem to bother other people?
I don't like pepinos. Cucumbers. I hate pepinos. I don't like the smell. I don't like the way they look. They're intimidating. I don't like pepinos. No cucumbers.
Did you already said? So something. What is gross to you that doesn't seem to bother anybody else? His answer: pepinos. Pepin. What is gross to you that doesn't seem to bother anybody else?
I don't like the smell.
He
I
said
don't like the taste.
He said they're big and intimidating and. Okay. Thank you very much, Tata. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right, so I think it's a good time now to share our best of the week.
Oh, okay.
You, me.
Okay.
Oh, back to back. All right, go ahead. Beat me back to back.
Like, is the sky falling?
All right.
I have a bunch of them to share, like my new whiteboards and stuff like that. But the one that really hit
Share
me
one, share
actually happened yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
My niece, who she's absolutely amazing, Michaela. Oh, that's actually the same niece that played softball at UCSD.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
the
I have
baller.
this bat and stuff like that. Well, she comes
Baller.
over here every now and then
Okay.
to do like not clinicals, but do rounds with a doctor here in El Centro.
Yeah.
Because she's trying to get into medical school, right?
All right.
So recently she went to Boston and she brought me back a shot glass, a little magnet. She brought me back stories, but she would like text me during the trip, and she brought me back a copy of the deck. It's not the actual copy, but it's a Declaration of Independence. And yeah, so I need to buy a frame,
It's pretty sweet gift.
and I get a kick out of it because I remember she was taking AP US history back in the days in high school, and I was really drunk one time, and she wanted to study. So in the
time?
party, yeah,
Just one time.
well at that time, and then so she asked me a question because she knows how I get. So it was like drunk history, explaining to her stuff. So she knows how I get, and she.
I like the paper and
Yeah,
everything.
me too. I'm really jazzed about it. So I need to buy a frame for this and put it up.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's actually the one right there in the corner. But this one's a little
Did I ever
more
tell you I have a
official.
tie in the Constitution?
Really?
Yeah, it's a red tie, and it has the Constitution on it.
Did you ever get beat up for it?
I don't wear it.
Yeah,
I went to school.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with
Yeah,
stuff.
you know, you're not a nerd until you get beat up for it, right? Yeah.
All
All right,
right.
talk to me.
Best of the week. I don't have a favorite NFL football team, but I have a favorite team that I like to see lose.
The Kardashians.
Well,
Oh, go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
talking about football here.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah. Anyways.
Watching the Cowboys lose. I love watching the Cowboys lose.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have an NFL team, but I don't know why, but I
It's
love
not-
watching them
it's-
lose.
It's less a team. So even for me with the Dodgers, less a team. It's more the fans, and I think that's a big thing with the Cowboys. Is you have the most arrogant. I think, in my opinion, the most arrogant
think-
of
yeah.
all sports teams.
Maybe.
And all of.
But
the,
I think
everything.
it has to do with the fact growing up, I like Jerry Rice. I like Steve Young.
The
I
Niners.
I didn't like the Niners. I like players.
Yeah.
And I liked watching that rivalry
Yeah.
and watching the Cowboys lose. One of my good friends growing up,
Yeah.
Ernie Romero. Shout out to Ernie. Big Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
And just watching his reactions, I think that's what. So watching the Cowboys lose was my best of the week.
Dude, it's not only that they lost; it's the way they go down.
Oh, they got trampled.
Yeah, they're going all the way, and they did have a very good
My
team.
buddy,
They beat up
my
some
buddy's
teams this year.
I have a couple buddies. Tim,
They got ousted
but
by
Tim's
the,
like
by the Green Bay Packers.
the Packers. He's a big
At
old
home,
Packers.
it was
And just texting with them, he's just loving it.
same page,
Oh,
same
man.
page. Yeah.
Beautiful thing. Hey,
So if you're a Cowboys fan, I would say, hey, sorry for your loss, but you know what? Toma, way.
yeah. Shout out to Cat Felix.
Cat Felix. Toma, way.
So he's the biggest hater I know in sports. So hey,
But that's what makes it fun.
he
That's what
earned
makes
it.
it makes it fun to have Cat Felix around because of stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sure. Well, on that note, hey,
Yeah, another one.
here's another one.
Let's get it, baby.
See you guys
Yeah.
next time. Boom.
God, please, no! 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 No!